What's cracking, everybody? What's cracking? Hip hop. What's up, Kimmer? Mom Nasty, Senka Native, Moses, Jojo Potato. He said, dip me in ranch. What? Why you mad? What's cracking? Victor, Morelia, Chapo Jefe, Esteban, Rudy, Adrian, Andrew. What's cracking? I see you out there in Tucson. So how come you guys didn't watch my videos today? That's a good question. Huh? You know, I just put out one. Let's see how long ago. Recently, like, was it? What is it? Within an hour? 52 minutes ago. 432 views. Yeah. Why you mad? Yeah. I had to go to work, but I saw you're hungry, man. There you go. I think I'm gonna do another Ray one tomorrow, big dog. Thank you, Cameron. Putting in a retaining wall. I'm gonna check it out. Okay. What's up, Shane? Ben, I did watch your Hunger Man mukbang. That thing was horrible. And the cold thing is, I bought two. I was told they're good. They taste good. No siree. Moisation, what's up, big dog? Ace says, it's me and my wife's 15-year anniversary. We went to Waba Grill. It's fire. Have you tried it? I've never tried it. When I used to do deliveries, I picked up from there a couple times. Shit, that was when I first got out of prison, but I never tried it. When's the next cooking video? You know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do another cooking video. But I owe Rise and Megan, they want me to do the G bar. So I have to do the G bar. Hunger Man or prison food? If it's that same Hungry Man, prison food, shit. What do I think about Diddy beating his case? I did a video on that today. I don't like the guy, but you know, like I said a bunch of times, the justice system isn't. You're not gonna be punished based on the color of your skin. It's gonna be based on how much money you can provide. And he has a lot of money, and he was able to do what he did. He didn't beat all of it. He's still facing 20 years, but they're not gonna give him 20 years. Hey, what's up, Boricua? How you doing, Edwin? Hell yeah, I like tripas, but I like them when they're crispy. Absolutely, Shane. Yeah. Shane says karma will get him. The universe works like that. Facts. He's gonna get house arrest. No, he's gonna probably get time served. I don't know, but I mean, with the charges he was found guilty on carrying up to 20 years. The feds are different. Like they have guidelines for everything, and they go by those guidelines. I guess I don't know. Which one is that? Oh, thank you. Hip Hop Nation just posted my Diddy video. I appreciate that, big dog. Hey, likewise, Schizo. What's up, Chuck? Mom Nasty says on the road to getting dubs to 100,000. We're close. We're almost at 12,000. A little bit over 12,000 to go. What's cracking? No filter. I was actually supposed to get on the game right now, and I said, you know what? Let me jump on over here since the P Diddy video wasn't doing much today. Man, to get when it hit 4,000, it just completely stalled, and it took 2.5 hours to get from 4,000 views to 5,000 views. I said, damn, I've never seen that on my channel. That's right, Shane. Your Johnson and Johnson stock just went up. Yeah, Ben. Shane says, I think when I started watching YouTube, you were at in the 40s or 50,000. Yeah. For a minute there, man, it took off. I was getting like 4 or 5,000 subscribers a month. Now it's about 1,000. It's ebb and flow. That's the way YouTube is, ebb and flow. Hey, what's up, Danny? I see you out there in New Mexico. What's up, Kamai? Hey, gracias, Ezekiel. Ezekiel said, who's matching? Oh, I can put a heart on these, huh? Didn't know that. I don't know what that does. Let me see what it does on the. What does it do over there? What the hell am I doing? Oh, okay. It just puts my picture on it. What's up, Christian? Kamai says, when you said whoever likes Hungry Man has a fucked up tongue, I immediately thought about the Pepe tongue slap. Hey, and Gunner loves Hungry Man's. Hungry. Do we say Hungry Men? Hungry Man. Hey, gracias, Rise, with the match. Oh, hold on. Appreciate you guys. Have I ever ate a Hot Pocket? Yeah. Yeah, I've ate Hot Pockets. That's right. Daniel said, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hump day. We got 107. Wow, 107 on the big channel. Maybe it's because I went late. I've been getting more than that on the small channel. I'm telling you, YouTube is a trip right now. What's up, Daniel? Chipotle is ass. You ain't lying. What's up, Eli? How you doing? Oh, hold on. Let me forgot I gotta put my picture on there for some reason. Hey, get out of there. Boom. Cubo raza. Gracias, big dog. Rudy, it's my Friday today, 4-day weekend. Yeah, hopefully everybody's safe this weekend, man. 4th of July. A lot of people are saying they're not going to celebrate. You're still going to celebrate. You're just not going to, like, I don't know what are you, like, I would still think people are going to have barbecues and shit and kick it with family, no? Why am I seeing so many hearts? What does that mean? No shit. Christian says, be careful out there, people. Shit always sometimes happens on 4th of July. What's up, Jorge? Shane says he'll be grilling at the pad with the old lady loving his country. That's right. America. David. How you doing, David? Good evening, Dubs. Hope you are well and please stay safe and healthy. Likewise, David. Thank you. What's up, Delane? Delane says tomorrow is my 35th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. I'm sure Gunner's gonna be on the live tomorrow. Gunner's handling some business. Gunner been busy lately. What's up, Chuck? You're welcome, Delane. Gunner about to drop a ring. Nah, he's not gonna do that. No, sirree. 121 in the building. Now it just dropped to 116. Oh, I know what it is. I just remember. So when I'm not playing music, we're not playing. Every time I play music, it sounds bad. So when we're not playing music, there's commercials. Every time there's commercials, the number drops and then it goes back up. If you can, please explain, in your opinion and experience, why the judge denies bail to Mr. Puffy. Um, he's a billionaire. Um, so he's a flight risk. Didn't when he got arrested, wasn't he trying to board a plane to leave the country? So I'm sure the prosecutors brought that up. And I don't know. I mean, he's about to be released. I think. I don't see him doing time. I didn't think I would say that. I thought for sure he was gonna do at least 10 years. Now I think he's just gonna get cut loose. He made a new one, a new what? Hey, thank you, David. I appreciate it. Hold up.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Thank you, David. Do I still get up at 5:30 every morning? Nope. No, sir. 50 did something to me. Hell nah. I didn't want to think about 5:30 when I fall asleep. Hey, you know how old people, they only sleep for a few hours a night? That's me now. I literally I fall asleep like 1, 2 in the morning, and then I'm up at like fucking 8. What the hell? Uh I missed something. Ray, are you a believer in Jesus Christ? You must be new to the channel. Yes, I am. Good sleep is hard to come by. You know when I get my best sleep? When I drink. But sometimes I apparently 2 times have wound up in the bathroom, and I thought that was the bedroom. The last time I took a comforter and a pillow and my phone. Stupid. When you're young, you can sleep like a log. When you get older, your sleep is gone. You ain't lying. What's up, Franco? Does your hood not speak Spanish? Damn, a whole neighborhood? The fuck? I seen Ronnie in LA. He moved for that lady. Don't sound like, huh? He moved for that lady. Don't sound like Spanish. First of all, he was not in my neighborhood. He was on the east side. Is CDCR doomed? No. No. There's way too many people that have their hands in that piggy bank. That thing is a cash cow. People need to be looking. People of California really need to write their city council, their damn state assembly person, whoever, whatever politicians, right? And get an audit of the CDC. That's what needs to happen. Why it costs over $100,000 to house one inmate per year in California when the states next to us, like Arizona and Nevada, are under 50,000 each? Come on, Holmes. Where's that money going? That needs that's once that starts happening, then you'll see some changes. But no, the CDC is not going to crumble at all, man. The CDC is letting a lot of stuff happen right now in order to try to slam people back down. I truly believe that. I think they're letting people die um, in order to go back to the courts and say, you see, this is why we were right in the first place. That's not why you were right. CDC knows exactly what they're doing. The CDC has done, they'll do things, they'll house people and you know, it's crazy, Holmes. They know exactly what they're doing. Dubs, do you know if the state spends that much on public schools? Oh no, they don't spend. I mean, the budget I believe now for education is bigger than the CDC. For a long time, the CDC budget was bigger than the education budget. But if you break it down to each student, yeah, they're not spending that much. No way. And across the United States, California has the worst infrastructure. Our bridges, our roads, our shit, our education system in California is the worst, or in the like the at the bottom. You know, how are we such a huge economy? How do we generate so much money and our fucking state is just falling apart? It's crazy, man. It's crazy that people don't ask these questions. Theo, I don't know if he's gonna get any. I'm kind of feeling like they're gonna give him time served. I did a unknown 209er. I did a video on that. Dubs, is it true parole hearings are 4 to 6 hours? That's crazy. If it is, how long can they talk to one inmate? How can they talk to one inmate that long? So here's what it is. Normally, your initial hearing is going to be about 6 hours long. And the reason why your initial hearing as a lifer is going to be that long is because they want to put everything on record, right? And so when you come to your subsequent hearing, they have something to compare, right? So this is where you were, last year or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever your denial was. This is where you were, and this is what's changed, or this is what's still the same. So normally the first one is going to be the longest. I think my initial hearing was, I believe, I know it was over 4 hours long. It may have been close to 6 hours. My second hearing was only an hour. I knew within the first um, 10 minutes. I knew. I said, these fools are gonna let me go home. And it was something that the not the DA, the commissioner said. So when you go in there, the commissioners, they tell you, okay, we're gonna all introduce ourselves for the record. So can be recorded. Everything's being recorded, whoop, whoop, right? And they introduce themselves. They say, this is I'm Commissioner so and so. This is Deputy Commissioner so and so. We also have and this is when I knew him. He goes, we also have the representative for the district attorney's office for Santa Barbara. He goes, and we're gonna see how he feels today about you going home, or about you getting granted parole today. He said something, I can't remember the exact words, but when he said that, I was like, they don't say that. The assassin has arrived. Yeah, when they said that, I was like, oh shit, just don't fuck this up. A citizenship is a slave ship, because they pay government workers a lot plus their retirement. Yeah, but the other states have the same type of people working in the prisons, and they don't. I'm telling you, it's less than 50,000 a year to house an inmate in those other states, and over here it's over 100,000. Listen, guys, I was in there, right? And any of you that have been to prison, the canteen is self-sufficient. That when you buy something from the canteen, that makes them able to restock the canteen, and they mark up the prices, so they're making a profit in canteen. Family visiting, same thing. It's self-sufficient, but it's marked up, so there's a profit. regular visiting, everything in the vending machines marked up. It's self-sufficient. They're profiting off of all visiting. They're profiting off a canteen, right? Okay. They're not going out and there's no swimming pool that they have to maintain. They pay inmate workers, a few people on the yard crew to maintain, if you're on a yard that even has grass, right? So what are they spending money on? It's not basketballs and footballs and sports equipment. It's not that. What are they spending money on? Well, Theo, so check this out. Before they did these fucking tablets and made that deal, they used to have MCI. MCI, I swear, I used to make a phone call. One phone call could be like $40. It depended. They filed a lawsuit against them. And that's why they created Global Telling. Before Global Telling, homie, to call somebody, that was a motherfucker. And the CDC was getting a cut out of that. Same thing with restitution. Anybody that owes restitution, the CDC gets a cut out of that. How in the hell do they need to charge? Now think about it. Why do you think the CDC doesn't want lifers going home or anybody else? If you are in prison and you parole today, they just watched $100,000 go out the door. Shit. They don't want that. Taser wires. No, there's an electric fence. They say that Alligator Alcatraz detention facility is a modern day labor camp and that ICE is a modern day Gestapo. So I don't want to get into the whole political thing, but I'm going to tell you this. Prison is modern day slavery. It is. You have people like, I'll give you California again, for example. You have the prison industry authority, right? They make shoes. They make all the CDC clothes, the shirts, the boxers, everything. They sell that clothing. It's sold in other parts of the world, right? A lot of guys that are in PIA, some don't have pay numbers. If they do, if you get a fucking 30-cent pay number, you're balling. They're paying people pennies and they're raking in a bunch of money. Do I believe we'll see the mark of the beast in our lifetime? I have no idea. The Bible says we'll never know when the return is. That's not that. And Hex, I'm going to tell you right now, and you can tell him. They're saying that for a reason, Holmes, because that's not necessary for him to go home. What's happening is somebody is probably dropping kites on him or something, and that's why that's their way of hinting at him that somebody's saying that he's involved in something. Hey, what's up, Alpha? Did I make Nike toward Cortez? I was never in PIA. What's up, Jude? Orale, okay, this is more like it. We have 221 in the building. Wow, 67 likes. A lot of you guys don't like what the fuck you're seeing, huh? Okay, my bad. Ay, ay, ay. Mom and pop, what's cracking? Right, I'm just chilling. How you doing? Mob says hit the pinche like. California Department of Corruption. True story. True story, man. The phone might be the mark of the beast. We can't live without it. You know what? There's a lot of people that can't. And it's a trip that, people my age that are addicted to their phone. I'm like, damn, we grew up without it, Holmes, and we did fine. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Both you and Cartoon got a point. Do they tell you why you're denied parole? Yes, they do. They'll tell you in their closing statement, right? And then you'll get your board report, and then you go through it. So what he has to do is go through his board report, right? And everything they're tripping on, that's what has to be fixed. And he needs to go through and see, can he fix it within 12 months? And if so, he can ask for an early hearing. Um, but you can't go back unless those things are addressed. Hey, that's right, Hex. Raw dog, random question. Did you encounter any house angels in the pen? No, I didn't. And let me tell you why. Um, Bikers don't run their patches in California prison. There was something that Sonny Barger, there were some promises Sonny Barger made a long time ago when he was in San Quentin, didn't come through with them. And so you don't see people, even if they are HA. I never once saw anybody saying they were HA. I saw some guys with tattoos on them that looked like they were biker tattoos, but they weren't trying to rep their patch in there. Rudy says, without the phone, we'd have never found you, Dubs. Yeah, but this is a modern day shit. If it wasn't for this stuff, I'd be in the shop still, making somebody else a whole bunch of money. Like that new intro though, Dubs. Firme rola. Gracias. No, I was never in Folsom State Prison. I was in New Folsom. Folsom State Prison that's old Folsom, and that became a low level prison in '94. I hit the state. I got busted in '93. I hit the state in '94. I went to New Folsom February of '95. Gracias, FPSD. I appreciate you. Yeah, true story. The phones, that's what everybody does. As soon as you wake up, everybody grabs their phone and looks at it on. Didn't I tell a story of a one percenter? I probably did, but on the streets. And it was probably had to do something to do with little Dave and what happened with the Mongols. But no, I've never told a story. I know I had a neighbor who was, one of the legends for the whites, and he was busted for taking the life of an HA. That's what he was busted for. Waiting for the new Mona Ray video. That might be tomorrow. Thank you, Delaney. I appreciate it. Thank you, box fans. I appreciate that. Oh shoot, hold on. I can't put a heart on Delane's because that's a sticker. I guess you can only do it on super chats. Big Rob, what's cracking? Phones are computers that look like phones. That's a fact. I mean, you can even put desktop mode on your phone and it turns into a righteous laptop. I think only the diehards like the Ray videos, man. Yeah, Sora TVs. Remember when what was it, a few years ago? it came out that the CIA, um, well, that the United States was using people's cell phones and their smart TVs to listen to anybody they wanted around the world. David says, Dubs, like I said, the only ones getting rich off of the taxpayer are the unions and the politicians. This is, of course, my humble opinion. I believe it. I believe it. And we would go to prison for insider trading. They'll throw us in the feds, lock us up for insider trading, and we have these politicians like Nancy Pelosi, as well as a lot of other ones who are filthy rich off of an annual salary of about what, $200,000. And these people have multi millions in their bank account. AOC, how is AOC so rich? She's a youngster. She hasn't even been in politics that long, and she's already rich as hell. I got to look into this alligator Alcatraz. You know, with a lot of stuff, like for example, the with Trump's bill passing, right? His budget, whatever it is, the great deal, whatever the hell this shit's called, right? We're gonna see a lot of media talking heads saying exactly what it's gonna do. It's gonna do this, and it's gonna do that, and it's gonna do this. And I would just say everybody have a little bit of patience, because all those same exact media talking heads said that Trump's tariff plan was going to be terrible for the country. Meanwhile, it brought in 22 billion last month, and it's no, 2 months ago, and this month that just ended in June, I believe it's going to bring in $27 billion. Right. So with a lot of these things, I'm seeing people go crazy on TikTok over it. And it's like, man, can we just let something play out? Give it a little bit of time, and let's let it get into motion. And then when it does, if it's wrong, then we're gonna talk about it. I still have one more, Carlos. So I gotta punish myself to eat one more. Hey, that's right, Ted. Cali's in the smart cities. Then California, we need to figure out. People come from all over the country that are homeless. They come from all over the country because of how they're babied over here. We need to get these people the help they need. A lot of people that are homeless, man, they're either on drugs or they need mental health or mental help because of a drug addiction. And so those things need to be addressed. All this, yeah, you can slam dope all day as long as you stay in this area. And you know what? We don't want you, like transmitting diseases. So let's give you more paraphernalia that you can use to die on the streets. That's not helping anybody. I don't believe we need to incarcerate them just because they're addicted or they're homeless. I don't believe in incarcerating them, but we're spending too much money enabling a disease when we should try to cure it. What's up, Boricua? I'm gonna get bubble guts. Nah, I didn't. Yeah, we got to do better, Holmes. This state is it's too rich. We have people at the top that I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the money, but it needs to be spent better. Ted, I honestly think he's gonna get time served. I thought I thought he was gonna have to do about 10. Now I have no idea. 49ers red zone. Yeah, they've been squeezing out the middle class. It's either haves and have nots, you know. That's what it's coming down to. In Santa Monica, there's business owners offering pay one-way flights back to their home state. And see, even then, it's not a solution. Shit, man. You see in some of these other states, fuck, it looks like The Walking Dead. I mean, they're hunched over and they're like, but how are they still standing up? That's a cold drug, huh? They can stand up, bent all the way over for like a solid 45 minutes. Like, what? How did you not get a headache? All good, Chuck. It isn't it isn't only that we need a new governor. We need there's a lot we need, man. We need term limits. Um, we need people. So I remember when I was a kid, they used to say that they don't pay politicians a lot of money. That way, it keeps corruption out of politics. But when you have lobbyists that people are allowed to lobby politicians, when they're allowed to know about certain things, approve certain things, deny certain things which affect the stock market and give them a leg up on investments. I don't know how like we need to do something to where the people that really want to make a difference are in there because they want to make a difference. I think people have figured out if you can be elected to the Senate or in Congress, period, you will become a multimillionaire. That's crazy. Hey, what's up, Mikey? Heck says people really need to get into the trades and they won't have to worry about the bullshit economy. I'm a plumber and I'm always well off, hard work, but I got peace of mind financially. That's a fact. Plumbers get paid good. Machinists get paid good. It's just people have been rewarded for a long time, but they don't see people being rewarded not to work. They just don't understand that it's crumbs compared to what they could have, right? And I think maybe it's just at the end of the day, it has to come down to mothers and fathers putting that in their kids' heads. Tios and tias putting it into their kids and their nieces and nephews' heads. Zub says, Dub, start your own trade company and hire all of us. What the hell? Where am I going to get all that money from? Yeah, that's crazy, Jorge. Heck says that he moved to Arizona and bought a pad. That's crazy, man. That's what a lot of people are doing. I've said it a bunch of times on here. That movie, now I can't think of the name of the movie. Hunger Games. Hunger Games. I remember when that movie came out, people were saying that's California. That right there is California. You're going to have all these super duper rich people and then dirt poor people. That's what California is going to be. Daniel says right now is the time to tap into XRP. Let me check my XRP. It's been so up and down lately, man. Today, I think it went up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm still in the profit. I have thousands invested in XRP already. Delane says, we are doing all right with pilot car driving. We have been doing it for 22 years now. We started out slow, but now we don't always have a slow time. That's right. Squid Game is like Hunger Games. I never saw it. XRP is cryptocurrency, Jimmy. A lot of people missed the Bitcoin craze. And so now everybody's trying to hunt down the next Bitcoin, and a lot of people think it's going to be XRP. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial expert, but I'm going to tell you this. Anybody that wants to get involved in stocks or cryptocurrency, only invest whatever you can lose. Whatever you lose it and you don't feel it. Only do that. So if that's $100 a month, then it's $100 a month. If it's $100 every paycheck, do that. Don't overextend yourself. It's that's like gambling. You don't do that. That's like when I used to so-called gamble, right? I used to tell people I'm a bettor, not a gambler. A gambler's letting too much chance get in the way. I'm gonna bet on what I think I have better odds at. That's why I played a lot of cards. Play videos with them. Well, Big Joe, blockchain is part XRP is blockchain. It has to do with transferring large sums of money, like from bank to bank and country to country. When it comes to like crypto and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm rolling solo. The homie told me, "Hey, go ahead and do your thing, man. I got to take care of something." I actually wasn't gonna do it. I was supposed to get on Call of Duty at 9 o'clock. That was my plan. And then I said, you know what, 9 o'clock, I'm going live. I'm gonna get off at 10 o'clock though, guys. 208 in the building, 116 likes. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Damn, Jason Diamond said he's a billionaire from Bitcoin. Sheesh. Kim says it's computer currency, one push of a button and poof. Well, that's the same thing with cash. Cash is nothing. Currency doesn't money actually does not exist anywhere. It's something that was created hundreds of years ago. Paper money is nothing. I've told the stories. I did a video on it, right? Way back hundreds of years ago, people used to use precious metals. That was currency, right? But moving precious metals around was cumbersome and it can be heavy based on how much you have. And it was also you needed to put that shit away, keep it safe. So the person that could do that for you was the blacksmith, the town blacksmith. He's the one that had a safe. So what you would do is you would take your gold over there and he would weigh it, right? And he would write on a piece of paper, alpha. Alpha has 5 pounds of gold, right? And so a bunch of us will go to the blacksmith and put our gold in there, and he gives us a piece of paper bag. Now, if I get in a transaction with mom and pop, right? It's too much of a hassle for me to go back to the blacksmith. If I do a transaction with mom and pop and I owe 5 grams of gold to mom and pop, for me to have to go and scrape off the grams, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write on a piece of paper, I give mom and pop 5 grams of gold. The gold never left the blacksmith, just like it never leaves the bank. So what did the goldsmith do? The goldsmith started loaning out money on a piece of paper. It meant nothing. It was a piece of paper, and he had all the gold and silver in his safe. And so people would borrow money from him and then pay him interest. That's the banking system. Money does not fucking exist. It's a fucking figment of our imagination. So crypto is just the new figment of our imagination. Cash was nothing but paper. It's not backed by anything. And it's like when we swipe our card, we bought something with money that doesn't exist, but we're going to pay back more money that doesn't exist. Paper exists. Does it? Check this out. Disregard. Paper exists, right? So remember when they gave out all the COVID checks? What happened to our dollar? It lost value, right? Inflation went up. So now when we go to store, what we see right now is, put it like this. I don't know how old you are. I'm 51 years old. When I was a kid, $20, shit, $100 went a long ways. The fuck you gonna get with $100 now? 7 things from the grocery store? 7 fucking things? So you're right. It exists. It's like this pin exists. How valuable is this pin? If they start saying it's worth $100, people are going to believe it. You know, it's like diamonds. Do you know that diamonds are not even a precious stone? They're not a precious stone whatsoever. They're too many diamonds in the world, so they'll never be a precious stone. But Hollywood has made people believe. They put it, look at, they put it in their teeth, they put it in their ears, they put it on crowns. So they made it valuable in your mind. Diamonds are not fucking precious stones. Well, what happened with the dollar is we became a petrodollar. When we were no longer backed by the gold standard in the 70s under Nixon, I believe they changed it. And we became a petrodollar. Who makes all the petrol? The people that hate us. Why would we become a petrodollar? Think about it. Platinum is a precious metal. Rubies are precious jewels, precious stones. Diamonds are semi-precious. Yeah. Kamai says, Jason, you are not a precious stone. Gold is a precious metal. So the way they do the precious metals and precious stones is how abundant they are. If there's not a lot of them, if it's harder to get to it, then it becomes precious. Diamonds are everywhere. Yeah, Lewis. Jason says, damn, why you got to do that to me? He said, I'm not everywhere. We still got 200 in the building. Thank you guys, man. There you go. Scarcity. That's a better word. If it's scarce, it's going to be precious. Yeah. Nowadays, you're right. You can make diamonds in a lab, and they'll test as real diamonds. That's what's crazy. You got some of these rappers, they know damn well not one real diamond is in their chain. But if you test it, it'll beat. Diamonds can be cloned, yeah. Pearls, I don't know how precious pearls are, but I'm sure they're probably on the scale rank higher than a diamond in actual value. That lithium is dangerous though. You know, that's when look, when they started doing the fracking, you had parts of this country that never experienced earthquakes until they started fracking. You know, they're busting up the soil and releasing natural gases in the soil, and that started creating earthquakes in parts of the country that never had them. We got to be careful what we take out of the earth. Yeah, pearls can be grown, but it, I think there's a way of testing the real ones from the fake. I don't know. I'm not a jeweler. I don't know how they take test those. Facts. Sam says fake diamonds are clearer than real diamonds. What's up, Vince? How you doing? The homie Zubs, he hunts oysters and shit and clams for pearls. So his expertise is coming in right here. For pearls, it depends on the color. Regular white pearls are common, but pinks, blacks, and reds have value to them. Thank you, big dog. He's been doing it for about 52 years. The guy's old, but he's a fucking pearl expert. That was a pearl of wisdom, actually, from him. Thank you. Ah, that's fucked up. Mikey went there. He says his wife loves a pearl necklace. Damn it. I know what you mean, fucking pervert. Mikey came in on his porn shit. We got a few more minutes, about 5 more minutes. I don't remember that song, Sam. Jimmy says, I feel like I'm back at school learning stuff. That's a good thing, though, right? We don't have to always be just bullshitting and, um, we learn from each other. That's a great thing. Oh, I think I remember that, Big Rich. Justin, I don't know the name of your channel. Justin wanted me to shout out his channel. He needs 50 subscribers. Thank you, Disregard. That's it right there. Constitutionalist News Network, IRL. Go, guys, go ahead and click on that. Get him his 50 subscribers. We got 185 still left in the building. Hey, bro, what's your opinion on inmates celebrating Pride Month openly at San Quentin? San Quentin is a low-level prison, and I don't think that was a GP prison, but hey, that's their thing, eh? You know, knowledge is definitely power. Zane says, Zub says, funny enough, over here in Guam, we don't utilize pearls, but we have people who take the clamshells and make traditional necklaces called sunahi. Yeah, no problem, Justin. Gold and silver are the way to go. Absolutely, because platinum's good too, but platinum is more expensive. A lot of people sleep on silver. Um, you can grab silver, grab silver. If you can afford gold, grab some of that too. All right, Jude, buenas noches. Absolutely. Johnny says diamonds also have to be cut correctly to retain its value. Uh, yeah, Jimmy, I had to go over there for medical from New Folsom one time, 2 times. Uh, that shit was weird. I just went in the see the doctor, and then they hooked me up on a monitor, and then they sent me back to the oil in New Folsom. Disco says platinum prices are bullish right now. That means you're better off getting gold and silver then, because the prices are going to be high. Disco says new trade deal with Vietnam. They're about to be importing hella whips. Good for them. That means it's good for us as well. Snoop says, I was just in a jewelry store today asking about gold and it goes by grams, and that's a trip. How you're talking about the very thing I need to know more about. There you go. What's cracking, Andrew? Delane says, cut, clarity, and carats. That's what counts in diamonds. All right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and so just remember, um, these lives where there's no music, these stay up. So I gotta actually make some thumbnails for these videos and do some better titles, right? But thank you guys for supporting the channel once again. I appreciate you guys. Everybody have a good night, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully Gunner will be here tomorrow as well.